folks, Tim here again with some more Dragonheir Silent Gods. So, I've been actively playing the game. I have hit journey level 24. I am on the grind for Drizzt, right? So, I have completed all of the Demon Hunt challenges. I've completed the main quest line and beat Air 2. I went by and did the challenge last night. I got about 750,000 points, which got me a couple shards. I did it again today and got right around the same amount. So tomorrow I will have 2 more shards. I am currently sitting at 58 shards for him. So there's a long way to go. I'm having a great time with the game. I'm loving it. The Drizzt story was it was amazing. It was great. I didn't record it because, you know, to be honest with you, if somebody, I don't want to ruin it for somebody if they do it. You know, that's also why I'm not recording my adventure anymore, because it was ruining the story for people. You know, some of my friends were like, oh, you know, oh, you're ruining the story, you're giving it away. All right, so you know what, we're not going to do that. I'm giving you an account update. The whole reason for this video, honestly, is because I want to open some dice. So I have a grand total of 73 dice. Right, I've got the Starlight dice. I have 62 of those. So we're going to go ahead and open them and see what we can get out of it. Before I forget, I have... where is it? I have a chest that I got. The Walker Trials? There you go, right there. So, I got a chest for a rare. We're going to open that up because I already know who I'm getting with it. Alright, so we're obviously going to get Sigrid.
Wine,
so,
clouds, and apples.
I was told, and you know, from what I've looked into, sorry, you know, she is quite possibly the best rare. Shoots 2 toxic arrows at the enemy, each dealing poison damage. This skill has a 75% chance of inflicting healing prohibition for 5 seconds. Deals poison damage to an enemy and all enemies inflicted with debuffs, with a 75% chance of inflicting healing prohibition and attack penalty 2 for 10 seconds. So, if we're gonna build a toxic team, she's important to have. So we are going to go ahead and grab Sigrid.
Wine, crowds, and apples.
And there we go. Her captain ability increases all allies' accuracy by 30 in all battles. So, and there you go. So we have Sigrid now, right? Let us go ahead and let's do some summoning. So we're going to do our Starlight summons first. Right, so we have 62 of those. This is going to be a long video while we open 62 of these. Number 1. Well, first one's a duplicate hero. Dylan. Next one is a rare who we don't have, Alton. Wood Elf, Lawful Good Defense. passive skill, gotta rely on me. When an ally's HP drops below 30% for the first time, grants the ally protection for 10 seconds. Absorbs some of the damage taken by the target. Alright, his battle skill has a 100% chance of dispelling one debuff from the hero and the ally with the lowest current hit points. And then his ultimate deals poison damage to the enemy with a 75% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2 for 10 seconds. Damage is modified by attack. And at the 2-star hero, additionally gains defense up 2. Let's go again. This time we get a common. Grey Wizard Kato. He's what is that? Is that divine? Radiant, that's right. Alright, so he's a support champion. Passive skill, secondary protection, has a 50% chance to gain damage reduction for 5 seconds when casting skills. Battle skill is deals radiant damage to an enemy. Damage modifier is attack. And ultimate circle of protection grants defense up 2 to allies within range for 10 seconds. That's a pretty good square right there. So defense up 2 increases defense by 60%. And here we go, another. It's a duplicate common, so we already have him. Olaf, he's a common, undead warrior. Chaotic evil, he does necrotic. Passive skill is unholy weapon. Damage dealt by basic attacks and skills will carry additional necrotic damage. That's modified by attack. Void swing. Slashes at an enemy and deals necrotic damage. The modifier is attack. Skeleton Spin. Consumes a certain amount of HP to deal necrotic damage to enemies within range and gains attack speed up 2 for 10 seconds. Damage modifier is attack and current HP. Increases attack speed by 50%. I don't know, that kind of seems good, doesn't it? I don't know. Let's see what we got next. And we get Orchard Girl Vani. Rural halfling lawful good. Just lightning damage. Passive skill. Every third basic attack will deal additional damage. Battle skills Thunderblast. Gains 30% attack up for 5 seconds and deals lightning damage to the enemy. Damage modifier is attack. So increase attack by 30%. The ultimate is grants attack speed up 1 to all dauntless allies for 10 seconds. Places attack speed up 1 with attack speed up 2. Dauntless. This type of hero is good as eliminating enemies with basic attacks. They can launch basic attacks frequently and are able to deal a lot of damage in combination with each other. Very cool. And we got another common, another duplicate of Dylan. So we have 18 of the imprint stones so far. Another common duplicate, Taurison. Alright, let's do this. How about instead of opening them one at a time, we open them 5 at a time? So we have a common, we have a rare, we have an epic, another rare, and another rare. Okay, so that's a duplicate, and that's a duplicate. Who is our epic? So our new epic is dueling. He's defense.
Oh, I've had 2 of you.
And at 2 stars, he has a captain ability, increase all allies' defense by 30% in the Grand Gladiatorial. Grand Gladiator Arena battles. So, I guess that would make him an arena champion. Passive skill Heart of Stone. This hero takes 1% less damage every 3% hit points lost. Actually, kind of seems cool. Battle skill Drunken Brawl. Deals radiant damage to enemies within range with a 75% chance of inflicting taunt and attack penalty 1 for 5 seconds. So you build up his defense, and then he will force enemies to launch basic attacks on the spellcaster and reduce attack by 25%. And his ultimate is grants ally protection to allies within range for 10 seconds. That's a pretty good range right there, right? And gains defense up 2 and recovery over time for 10 seconds. So increases defense by 60%, restores 1.5 max HP every second, and then ally protection absorbs some of the damage taken by the target. Wow. Okay, so not knowing that much about the game, that seems really good. Our rare was Livia, the Wandering Knight. She's fire. Her passive is gains a shield at the start of combat for 10 seconds. Battle skill is called Breaking Free, unleashes Tornado Slash and deals fire damage to enemies within range and gains defense up for 5 seconds. At 2 star, gets defense up 2. And then the ultimate. Deals fire damage to enemies within range with a 100% chance of dispelling 1 buff from them. Upon a successful dispelling, there is a 50% chance of inflicting buff prohibition for 5 seconds. Pretty cool. Let's summon another 5 and see what we get. So we got 1, 2, 3 more common. Duplicates and 2 new rares. So we got, is it Audrey or Adri? Alright, Adri, Crossbow Patrol. She is necrotic. She's support. Level 1 passive skill is Disguise, ignores 30% of resistance. Let me try this again. Ignores 30% resistance of the enemies inflicted with debuffs. Deals necrotic damage to an enemy. Attack modifier, damage modifier is attack. At 2 stars, additionally inflicts accuracy penalty 1 on the target. And then her ultimate is Ambush. Shoots 3 arrows at the enemy, each deals necrotic damage, and reduces their ultimate energy by 10% with a 75% chance of inflicting recharging speed penalty for 10 seconds. That's awesome. She'd be good in some fights. And then we have Lorai? Let's call it Lorai. Alright, swoop in passive skill. When dealing damage to an enemy, each stack of poison on them allows the damage to ignore 1% of the target's defense. Increases to 2.5% at 2 stars. Poison Pike battle skill deals poison damage to the enemy with a 75% chance of inflicting 2 stacks of poison for 15 seconds. And then the ultimate. Banishing Smite wields the pike to deal poison damage to enemies within range with a 75% chance of inflicting 3 stacks of poison for 15 seconds. Pretty cool. I dig it. Alright, let's get back into it. We still have 44 to go. It's going to be a common. Nope, it's going to be a rare. 4-bit. We already have 4-bit. Now we're at 53 Inplant Stones. Another common duplicate. Another common duplicate. This is unexciting. Another common duplicate. Starting to sense a pattern here, folks. That's a rare. Who do we got? The Increscent Wizard Quarion. Support. Lawful Neutral Elf. Level 1 Merciful passive skill. When healing allies, gains a 20% chance of increasing the healing amount by 50%. Moon Crown. Battle skill. Grants a shield to the ally for 10 seconds and grants recovery over time for 10 seconds. That's pretty cool. Crescent Protection. Heals allies within range at 2 stars. Additionally grants defense up 1 to allies within range. Kind of reminds me of a character I'm already using. Alright, let's summon again. Excuse me. And we have another common duplicate. And we have a rare. Usha. Okay, so this is a character that I think is pretty good. Freezing over passive skill. Every second basic attack at an enemy under frost deals double damage. Battle skill is Glacial Stronghold. The hero gains a shield and attack speed up to for 10 seconds, so increases attack speed by 50% for 10 seconds. And then we have Icebreaker Slash. Slashes forcefully twice, each dealing cold damage to enemies within range, with a 100% chance of inflicting frost for 10 seconds. This skill deals double damage to enemies inflicted with frost. Damage modifiers attack. And the Captain skill increases all allies' max hit points by 24% in dungeon battles. Digging the look. Alright. That's what I like about this game, right? Like, even the rares are good. It's not all about how many legendaries can you get. Meredith, you're a duplicate. Go away. And we have another rare. Notira, you're a duplicate. Thanks for visiting. We have, another duplicate common. have a rare. Another 4 Brit. Thanks for coming, sir. So we're at 79 imprint stones. Epic. Okay, the Mort Fandango. What's her name? Ekis? Chaotic Evil Human. Passive skill is Agonizing Poison. When inflicting debuffs on enemies, reduces their damage dealt by 10% at the same time. Nice. Battle skill is Blade Cyclone. Deals poison damage to enemies within range with a 75% chance of inflicting healing reduction for 50 seconds. Or 5 seconds. So that's 50% healing received for 5 seconds. At 2-star, change the inflicted healing reduction to healing prohibition. Nice. And then the ultimate, Bewitching Dance. Deals poison damage to enemies within range with a 35% chance of inflicting Charmed for 5 seconds, and an 85% chance of inflicting Recharging Speed penalty for 10 seconds. Then dispels 1 debuff from all allies. So Charm forces the target to attack their allies, reduces recharging speed by 30%. Cool, that sounds... Dude, the poison, or, you know, the poison people, man, they've got some really cool things. What do we got next? And another common. Dupe common. I think this guy just likes us and wants to spend time getting to know us better. Alright, let's move on. Another rare. Another dupe. Another common. Another dupe. Wow. You guys are killing me. This is pretty unexciting, huh? That's alright. I'm having fun with it. So I know that we don't have a chance to get legendaries out of these. Duplicate Hexandra. I like Hexandra, but I've replaced her on my team. Another common, another duplicate. Another common, another duplicate. So we have 23 of these left. Well, at least I'm getting currency I can get artifacts with, right? Another common, another duplicate. Who do we have here? Gulal, who we already have.
What I hear are herbs.
Epic. Who do we get? Rava, Frost, Neutral Orc.
Don't test my patience.
Doesn't have patience. So they're Frost. Their captain ability. Crit damage or increases all allies' crit damage by 24% in all battles. Their passive is, for each enemy inflicted with Frost on the field, the hero gains an extra 15% attack up. This effect stacks up to 3 times. So is that... So if it stacks up to 3 times, Does that mean we're getting 45% increased attack? That'd be pretty freaking cool. Alright, battle skill, permeating coldness. Fires at most 3 orbs at random enemies, each dealing cold damage with 75% chance of inflicting frost for 5 seconds. Ultimate is chill formation. Summons a nexus that lasts 10 seconds in a designated area, dealing cold damage to enemies within range every 1.5 seconds, with a 75% chance of inflicting frost per 10 seconds. Upon expiration, the nexus will explode, dealing cold damage to enemies within range. Actually sounds pretty cool. Alright, who's up next? Another common, another dupe. Alright, and then we get Hector. I think I met him in the game. Fighting Spirit passive skill gains attack speed up 1 for 10 seconds. Battle skill impaling attack deals cold damage to an enemy. And then Swipe deals cold damage to enemies within range. And we got Hector twice. Emerald is a rare. I know I definitely met him in the game. Captain skill increases all allies max HP by 18% in all battles. So he's lightning damage. Gains 20% attack up for 10 seconds as the battle starts. Nature's Gift performs a mysterious elven dance and gains attack speed up 1 for 10 seconds. And then Agile Leap jumps to the target spot, dealing lightning damage to enemies within range. I hear Lightning Infinity is not really all that great. Another rail, we got Thea.
Don't be tight-fisted.
So she's wild magic. I hear there's some pretty cool combos with wild magic. Passive skill recharges ultimate energy by 5% with each successful wild check by allies. This skill only takes effect once during a period. Alright, Sprint Strike charges into an enemy dealing fire damage. Attack modifier, or damage modifier is attack. Chain Slash Wild gains 20% attack up for 10 seconds and slashes an enemy 3 times, dealing fire damage each time. Damage modifiers attack. At 2-star replaces 20% attack up with 30% attack up. Awesome. Another common, another dupe. Do I have all the commons? Is that why? Another common. Another dupe. Hey, it's Urzog again. This guy just cannot get enough of us. 12 more to go, guys. I'm not even gonna comment. Edgar the Betrayed.
In the sunlight.
He looks cool. I like that helmet. I like the sword. I like the armor. So are those blood stains? Alright, Captain ability increases all allies max HP by 18% in all battles. Passive, when the hero has a shield, damage taken is reduced by 20%. Gains a shield for 10 seconds. And then deals necrotic damage to enemies within range and gains a shield and defense up 1 for 10 seconds for each enemy hit by this skill. The hero gains 10% more shield. I dig that. That's a lot of area right there. Alright. Epic. Clovis, the Backlight Knight. So he's Radiant. His captain ability is increases all allies' defense by 24% in all battles. Persistence is his passive skill. The hero gains 1 stack of persistence for each enemy that is nearby up to 3 stacks. So each stack increases defense by 10% up to 3 stacks. There's a 75% chance of taunting enemies for 5 seconds, gains defense up 2 for 5 seconds. The Valiant Charge rams into an enemy, dealing radiant damage and reducing their ultimate energy by 20% with a 100% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2 for 10 seconds. That's awesome. This guy sounds great. Uh-huh. 8 more. I hope they're not all commons. Another Dylan. Thanks for visiting. Six more. Here's a rare. She does necrotic. Oh, she's a dupe. I don't know why I didn't realize that. More Vathak. 4 more. Alright. 2 more. Let's hope one of them is an epic. Alright. I'm just gonna shut up when I open this one now. End of the Forest Dweller. Lightning damage. Passive skill restores hit points when taking damage that exceeds 25% of the hero's max HP. Leaf's Aid grants hit recovery to an ally for 10 seconds. And then Flower Solace additionally grants recovery over time to each ally. Alright. Yeah, I mean, not too bad overall, right? We did get... Where am I? We did get some epics. You know, and a couple of look really cool, like Clovis seems amazing.
My dagger craves satiety.
She seems pretty good.
Is this your wallet? Don't be tight.
Alright, so here's the thing. I have 11 of the, what is it called, Heliite dice? And I want Drizzt. So we're going to open them here and hope that we get our favorite Drow Elf from the Forgotten Realms. If I open a common from one of these, I'm going to lose my mind. Oh, 30 Hunter's Blades. Puts us at 88. Jigel, Tribal Warrior. So you can get rares out of those. Passive skill. Damage dealt by this hero. Damage dealt to this hero by enemies under healing prohibition will be reduced by 30%. Deals poison damage to the enemy with a 10% chance of inflicting attack penalty 1 for 5 seconds. And then attacks the enemy 3 times, dealing poison damage. The third attack has a 75% chance of inflicting healing prohibition for 10 seconds. Alright. The third attack additionally reduces 20% of the target's ultimate energy. Pretty cool. He's a good looking troll. as far as trolls go. With his mighty spear. Look at that. He's gonna put somebody's eye out with that thing. And
Makes me who I am.
Light of the Dragon Blood, Kamari, epic. In battle, when a battle begins, grants defense up 2 to allies within range for 10 seconds. That's a pretty good range right there. True Courage charges toward the enemy with a 100% chance of knocking up the target and dealing 200% attack plus 8% max hit point radiant damage. That seems really cool. That seems really good. And then the ultimate. Resurrects a recently dead ally at 60% of their max HP, restoring 75% of the resurrected ally's ultimate energy before death. Heals the ally with the lowest current hit points by 40% of the target's max HP if there is no dead ally. That seems really good. I think he would be really good with Clovis. He's got a horse. Got a lance. He's a jouster, guys. Alright, 8 more to go. Come on, give me Drizzt, please. That would be an epic, so 6 Hunter's Blades. It's not as epic as when we got 30, but... Dench. Poisoner. Passive skill. Every third basic attack additionally deals plus 240% attack derivative poison damage to the enemy with a 100% chance of inflicting 1 stack of poison for 15 seconds. So derivative damage. Damage generated by a specific skill gains an enlightenment bonus but cannot trigger a crit. Poison Blast fires an orb dealing plus 240% attack poison damage to enemies within range with a 50% chance of inflicting 1 stack of poison for 15 seconds. Alright, and at 2 stars increases the stat cap of poison to 2 stacks. Then we have his ultimate, sprays poisonous mist to the area for 4 seconds, dealing plus 80% attack, plus 400% enlightenment to enemies within range, 80% chance of inflicting 1 stack of poison. That's awesome. 6 more, guys. We get an epic. 30 more Hunter's Blades. 5 more dice. Hog the Mountain Keeper. Valley Minotaur. Someone lopped off one of his horns. Unbelievable. Poor guy. Attack Speed Aura increases all allies' attack speed by 24% in dungeon battles. Gains attack speed up 2 for 15 seconds whenever an enemy dies. Throws 2 javelins at an enemy, each dealing lightning damage. This skill is considered a basic attack. And finally we have gains 25% attack up for 10 seconds, then launches a lightning spear to the enemy, dealing lightning damage, ignoring 40% of the target's defense. I feel like this guy could hurt somebody. That's pretty cool. Alright, 4 more. Can we please, please, please? We did it. We got him. That's awesome. I'm so excited. This is the greatest thing ever. He's got Planar Ally. Guinevere fights alongside Drizzt. When the pair attack the same enemy, both of them gain Planar Ally. Gains extra % attack and 4% attack speed. Guinevere. Basic attacks deal cold damage to the target and enemies within 2 tiles from the target. Guinevere pounces at intervals, dealing cold damage to the target and enemies around them. Pounce prioritizes the enemy Drizzt is attacking. Battle skill, dual wielder, swings both Twinkle and Icing Death. God, I love saying that. Icing Death, dealing cold damage to enemies within range with a 50% chance of inflicting them with frost for 10 seconds. Each use of this skill will increase the number of hits for the next use up to 3 hits. Then we get his ultimate, Dance of the Wild. Guinevere and Drizzt unleash a total of 6 hits on enemies within range, each dealing cold damage. For enemies inflicted with frost, this skill ignores 15% of their defense. For every 1% of HP lost by the target, the damage is increased by 0.6% up to 30%. Wow, look at that. Alright, and his captain skill increases all allies' crit damage by 30% in all battles. Gotta tell you guys, he's going right into my team. Oh, that is so awesome. I am so happy. So now, we have 3 left. Let's open them. Let's go into summoning probabilities of blessed heroes are increased. I don't know anything about legendaries. Let's choose the one with the big headdress. I don't know why. Just because. We have a rare duplicate. We have an epic. Gladros. Blazeland Lizard Folk, lawful good, does necrotic damage. Captain ability increases all allies' resistance by 50 in the gladiator arena. So another arena tune. Shadow Companion. When an ally with a shield is inflicted with control, dispels their shield for an immunity to the control. Deals necrotic damage to the enemy with the highest attack, with a 75% chance of stealing 25% of their attack for 5 seconds. The stolen attack is capped at 50% of the hero's attack. Wow, that actually sounds cool. Grants a shield to each ally within range for 10 seconds. Any ally under the shield gains debuff immunity during the shield duration. Look at that range. That's a lot. Alright. One more summon, guys. What are we gonna get? Drum roll, please. And we got another rare. Fitz! Somebody threw some arrows at poor Fitz here. Undead, Chaotic Evil, Necrotic. Fitz obviously is a masochist. You can tell he's still got the arrows hanging out of him. The more debuffs born, the less damage taken. Okay. Optimism randomly dispels 1 born debuff. At 2-star, additionally gains defense up. Glutton for Punishment gains healing and transfers all allies' debuffs to the hero. Each successful transfer grants additional healing. So wait a minute, this guy takes everybody, all my allies' debuffs onto himself, and then heals. That's freaking awesome. Look at that. That's the whole map. Oh, that's so awesome. Alright, guys. I got Drizzt. That's all I care about.